You believe you are too intelligent to be manipulated. That belief is exactly why they have controlled you for so long. You feel that suffocating exhaustion every single night. You replay every conversation and see the precise moves they made, the guilt they wrapped in concern, the urgency they created out of nothing, the compliments that always hid a demand. You see every single move, yet you still lack the ruthlessness to counter them. This is not some general stress. This is the exact feeling of being smart enough to spot the trap, but not cold enough to set one of your own. This is the trap that keeps men like you stuck, while others take what they want. Tonight, that changes forever. This video will give you the tactics that make you the one who cannot be played. You will not unlearn them. You will carry them into every room from this night on. But first remember what Niccolò Machiavelli wrote in The Prince. Men are so simple, they will always allow themselves to be deceived. That sentence is not about them. It is about you right now. It means the manipulation you feel is not because they are genius. It is because you have been simple in the way that matters. You let kindness become the opening they used. Power is a language. The people who speak it fluently move through every room differently. The people who do not speak it are always the ones being managed and quietly discarded. You have been discarded for too long. Tonight you learn the language. The moment you realized you have been played arrives the second you accept your own predictability. Most people live in denial of manipulation until the damage is irreversible. Recognition begins with accepting your own predictability. You already feel the sharp sting of self-betrayal. You feel sudden vulnerability because you know it is true. You have been predictable. You have been played not because they were smarter. The person manipulating you simply exploited the kindness you mistook for strength. You were not outsmarted. You were outweighted until your goodness became your leash. Think back to the last time they did it. They waited until you were tired. They waited until you wanted to keep the peace. They waited until your decency made you predictable. That is how they won. The kindness you thought protected you was the leash they held. They did not need to be brilliant. You just needed to stay kind and predictable. Here is the reversal that cuts deep. The person manipulating you is not smarter than you. They are simply using the one thing you refused to see in yourself. Machiavelli proved it. In The Prince, he wrote that men are so simple, they will always allow themselves to be deceived. You were that man, but the moment you accept it, you stop being that man. You see it in your job. The boss who praised you only to load more work. You saw the move. You took it because you wanted to be the good employee. That predictability cost you promotions and peace. You see it in your personal life. The friend who always needed a favor but never returned one. You saw it. You helped anyway. That predictability left you drained and used. You see it in your family. The relative who used your sense of obligation to control the plans. You saw it. You went along. That predictability stole your time and your freedom. This is what accepting your own predictability ends. You will see the move next time, and you will note it without reaction. You will turn their weight into your advantage. You will turn their kindness trap into your first mirror. You will turn their urgency into your first delay. This recognition alone changes the game. Most men stop listening at this point. They feel the sting and close the tab. But you are not most men. You are the one who will use this to change everything. Keep going. They always win until you stop reacting. Manipulators thrive on your emotional responses. Silence is their greatest enemy. You feel the cold fury turning into disciplined restraint right now. That fury is useful. Use it to hold back. Do not react. Do not defend. Do not explain. The fastest way to lose power is to defend yourself against an accusation that was never meant to be proven true. They throw the bait. You take it. Reacting to bait is how prey volunteers for the trap. You have volunteered too many times. You know the exact moments. The argument where you spent hours proving your point. The text where you replied instantly to their guilt trip. The meeting where you justified your position. Each time you gave them what they wanted. Your energy. Your time. Your attention. Stop. Silence as a weapon is the loaded pause of a man who has already decided. It is not weakness. It is the deliberate choice to starve them of the reaction they need. Cleopatra showed the world how to do it. She outmaneuvered Roman senators by refusing to justify her alliances. She let their paranoia work for her. They fell apart trying to figure her out. You do the same. Silence is their greatest enemy when you refuse to feed their game. Silence is their greatest enemy when you hold the line they expect you to cross. The man who keeps reacting chooses to stay prey. The man who chooses silence chooses to become the predator. You have been choosing for years. Now decide which one you will be from this moment forward. Only the rare strategic mind will understand the next move. If you are that mind, continue. If not, the video has already done its job for you. The mirror that breaks their game is the one you hold up cold and emotionless. You reflect their tactics back. You force them to confront their own ugliness. You feel the quiet satisfaction of watching their mask crack first. No emotion, no explanation, just the mirror. Give them exactly what they give you and watch how quickly they cry victim. Most manipulators collapse the moment someone mirrors their cruelty without flinching. They were never built to face themselves. You have thought about this in the dark. You imagined giving back the same cold treatment. Now you do it in real life. When they use guilt, you use the same guilt back. When they rush, you rush them. When they twist, you twist right back. The next time they use a passive-aggressive comment, you return the exact same comment in the exact same tone. The next time they make you feel guilty for saying no, you make them feel guilty for asking. The next time they create drama, you create the same drama right back. No anger, just the mirror. They will not know how to respond. They will crack. They will cry victim. They will expose themselves. This is the quiet satisfaction you feel. This is the mask cracking. This is the game breaking. The reversal here is simple. They expect you to break. They never expect their own reflection to break them. Otto von Bismarck used this to destroy his enemies. He calmly repeated their own ruthless arguments until they recoiled. They could not face their own words. You will see them recoil the same way. Silence is their greatest enemy when you mirror without a word. You have mirrored their cruelty in your head every single night. You have never dared to do it when it mattered. That ends tonight. The ignored man who suffered quietly is becoming the unstoppable one who reflects their game back at them. Stop this video now, and you lose the power to turn the tables completely. Keep listening if you want to own time itself. Delay is your deadliest weapon. Never let urgency dictate your move. Manipulators engineer false pressure to force mistakes. You feel the detached superiority as you reclaim control of time itself. The man in a hurry is usually the one bleeding. The person demanding an immediate answer is almost always the one terrified of what you will discover if given time to think. Do not rush. Do not answer now. Do not let them set the clock. You set the clock. You delay. You watch them panic. You have rushed into their traps too many times. You have given them your time because you feared missing the moment. You have let their urgency control you. Delay takes that control back. Fabius Maximus defeated Hannibal with delay. The Roman dictator refused to fight on Hannibal's terms. He delayed every battle. Hannibal's forces crumbled while Fabius stayed calm. You do the same with the person who manipulates you. When they demand an answer today, you give none. When they push you, pause. When they pressure you, wait. The next time they create a fake deadline, you simply do not respond until you are ready. The next time they say it has to be now, you let the silence stretch until they crack. The next time they manufacture urgency, you remember that the one in a hurry is the one bleeding. You watch them unravel while you stay in control. Delay is your deadliest weapon when you refuse their false deadlines. Delay is your deadliest weapon when you force them to wait on your terms. You have rushed into their traps too many times because you feared losing the moment. The man who controls time controls everything. Admit you have surrendered time before, or commit to never surrendering it again. Only the man who is ready to become completely unreadable will absorb the final truth. Prove you are that man. Continue. Becoming the one they can no longer read is the moment you win permanently. True mastery arrives when your mind becomes a fortress. Unpredictable, unreadable, irreversibly dominant. You feel the dangerous clarity fused with absolute self-possession. They cannot manipulate what they cannot predict. Once you are unpredictable, you are untouchable. The ultimate counter to manipulation is not defense. It is making them question whether you are even playing the same game anymore. You have become the one who speaks the language of power. You have become the one who wields silence as the weapon. You have become the one who was ignored and is now unstoppable. Talleyrand survived every single regime change. Napoleon's foreign minister kept perfect ambiguity. He let others project their fears on him. He stayed ahead of every shift. He was never read. He was never manipulated. You become that man now. People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Marcus Aurelius said those words. That means they do not control you with their moves. Your view of their moves controls you. Change the view. Change the entire game. Right now, you hold the new view. No man is free who is not master of himself. Seneca wrote that. That means the freedom you want is not handed to you. You take it by mastering your reactions. By mastering your timing, by mastering your mind, you take it tonight. You have been predictable. Your reactions made you predictable. Your timing made you predictable. That predictability dies tonight. Power is a language. You now speak it fluently, and the rooms you enter will never manage you again. Silence is their greatest enemy. You wield it with precision, and they break before you move. The ignored becoming the unstoppable is complete. The laboratory of suffering where you waited is over. You walk out the predator they never prepared for. If this has armed you with the weapons you cannot unlearn, then subscribe. Do not subscribe for me. Subscribe as the declaration that you are no longer the man who gets played. You are the man who plays the game and wins. The man who clicks subscribe now draws the line between his old self and the dangerous new one. And if you are ready to seal it, type these exact words in the comments. I choose to become the one they can no longer read. I will speak the language of power. I will wield silence as my weapon. I am no longer ignored. I am unstoppable. They will never see you coming.